Good morning, HPC. God is invincible. That's the image that Andrew Wilson so helpfully unpacks for us by looking at the way in which God describes himself as light. I thought it was a really helpful observation he makes that actually light always wins. You'll be familiar with the idea of God being described as light if you've ever been to a Christmas service. That's the reason why candles adorn so many churches at Christmas, because John chapter 1, verses 4 and 5 speaks of in him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Light is invincible. That's certainly our experience, isn't it? If you turn the light on in a dark room, instantly the darkness is gone. And you can see that there's not sort of a struggle as light and dark fight it out, and eventually one of them overcomes. You have to turn the light off and on again just to see if you can get a bit more light back. It's our experience every morning. We know when it will get light. We know that by the time that the sun will rise. Even when it's cloudy, light comes into the world. And as light comes into the world, it isn't as if there are some sort of last vestiges of darkness, where darkness is particularly strong and light has to spend half an hour fighting with darkness. No, light always wins. And so when um, the Bible describes God as being light, it's recognizing that he is indefeatable, invincible. But light isn't always attractive. A friend of mine slightly controversially started one of his Christmas Christingle services dressed up as a bug hunter. And he said, everyone in this room is either a moth or a cockroach. And he had two really big pictures on broom handles of moths and cockroaches. I don't think anyone was particularly flattered by that description, but his point was simply this: either like um, either like moths are drawn to a light, we will be drawn to Jesus's life, his goodness, his righteousness, his purity, or like cockroaches, we will be repulsed by the light and we will want to scuttle away from him. Just like when you turn on a light in a room with cockroaches, they all suddenly disappear off into the cracks in the wall. Because John goes on to say in that reading that although light has come into the world, people, because they're evil, have preferred darkness. Light, because it will always overcome darkness, when we recognize the sin in our hearts, we naturally want nothing to do with Jesus. We try and run away from the light. We sometimes say, don't we, that the truth will out, and that's true. Eventually, when light is shone onto a situation, we use that expression as well, when light is shone into a situation, lies are revealed, and light is more powerful than death, at least ultimately. So when Jesus says, I am the light of the world, he is announcing the power of his invincible life. He's saying nothing will defeat me, not even death. And that's the great news of the Christian hope. It's the great news of Easter, that light came into the world. And although on Good Friday, as Jesus' enemies put him on a cross and killed him, although that appeared to have extinguished the light of the world forever, in fact, Easter Sunday revealed the glorious outpouring, the glorious shining of Jesus' invincible life and light for everyone to see. So, in the midst of a dark world at the moment, a world full of uncertainty and death and fear, The news that Jesus is the light of the world and that nothing and no one can defeat him is a real source of encouragement. I pray that you will enjoy walking, if you're a Christian this morning, in the truth of Jesus' indestructible life, walking in the light of the world. Have a very good day.